We are back with a brand new video on the Thar 5-door. Now, this time last year we did another video on the Thar 5-door where we told you all that we know about it, all the details that we knew then, and we also told you that the car is not going to be launched on 15th of August 2023, despite a whole bunch of our fellow publications insisting that it will launch on 15th of August 2023. We were right, they were wrong. We're not gonna say we told you so, but we told you so. Anyways, this time though, we've got more information on the Thar 5-door, a lot more information, and I thought I'd put this video out about now when people are sort of getting ready, and we're hearing some rumors of some dealers taking some bookings of the car, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's talk about the Thar 5-door in its entirety and everything that we know about the Thar 5-door in this video. So let me start straight off. Yes, this time around, 15th of August 2024, we will see the 5-door Thar. It's something that we've been waiting for a long time. It's something people have been asking for, begging for, and honestly, Mahindra should have taken a lot less time to get to it. But, well, you know how Mahindra is. They want to test. Tons and tons of spy shots on the internet about the car, and lots of renders as well. Renders is a part we'll get to in just a bit. But anyways, it is launching this 15th August. We're going to see the car, we're going to drive the car, expect a review to drop 18th, 19th August, sometime in that region. There will be an embargo on it so that everybody can peacefully drive the car and go edit that video. But there is a video coming in that third week of August for sure. Now, the other thing is there will also be a price announcement for some variants on that. So let's talk about the pricing first. As of now, 1135 is what the Thar range starts at. I think Mahindra will price the 5-door just about a lakh higher for the entry level or base level version, and the top spec version will not be more than maybe 1999 or 20 lakh rupees. Now, I think I'm sort of spot on with the pricing. I usually am, and we've seen some very aggressive pricing by Mahindra in the last few years. XUV 700 base model pricing when the car was launched, insanely good. Scorpio base model pricing when the car was launched, extremely good. Again, with the Thar, they killed it with the base model two-wheel drive at 999, and there will be a two-wheel drive version of this car as well. Again, mechanically, let me talk about it a little later. Pricing wise, I think about 1230, 1250, maybe a little bit cheaper. Top of the line, fully loaded with everything imaginable, automatic, etc., will be about 1999, maybe a little bit cheaper even. Now let's talk about the way this thing will look. It's not just a Thar with a added sort of cut paste job and a couple of doors added and a sort of roof section added in. It's not that. The Thar 5-door, as I've already mentioned before, is actually based on the Scorpio N body, the Scorpio N platform, the Scorpio N chassis. It's that same size, it's that almost that same width. It will be slightly wider, I think, because it will look slightly nicer if it is slightly wider. The normal Thar, I believe, is slightly wider as well. But overall, it is going to be that Scorpio N platform. It's also going to be a completely monocoque design, unlike the normal Thar, which is, say, a structure and then there's a soft top added to it, or a plastic hardtop or an FRP hardtop added onto it. This one is not going to have that sort of a treatment. It's not going to have like a 4-door structure and then it's not going to have like a removable hardtop like you see in the Wrangler. It's not going to be that. It's going to be like one unibody structured car. But to keep the essence of the Thar alive, Mahindra is going to do a two-tone paint job, a two-tone design, a two-tone motif. I believe in a matte shade, a matte grey shade that sort of apes the look of a plastic or a add-on hardtop, and there's not going to be a soft top version. That's what we are hearing. Now, will there be maybe a soft top roof section that sort of opens you see on the older Wranglers? I don't think that's coming either. I think they're going to position this as a bit of a lifestyle product. I don't think they want to get into the soft top part of things because honestly, even in the current Thar, the soft top is very small in terms of the sales split between the hardtop and the soft top. And in a country like India, although I love convertibles, as you all know, yes, I know soft tops don't really make a lot of sense, especially with the kind of monsoons we are about to have very soon. So that's one thing. The other thing that I've been seeing in the renders is just overall stance of the car, the way the rear door is, like a really small rear door. Again, that's not something that Mahindra is going to do. It's going to be a very cohesive design from the side profile. It's going to be something that looks actually sensibly designed. Now remember, they've done this in the past. The Armada essentially was a 5-door unibody MM540 or MM550 if you want to sort of talk about the 90s versions. So was the Armada Grand, and eventually so is the Bolero. That's the same sort of thing. It's the 540 platform which has been stretched, little hardtop, and they've stretched it even further with Bolero Max, which literally had like a split line you could see, a stretch line you could see in the bodywork. None of that nonsensery is going to happen with this. It's going to be a more cohesive design overall, as I already mentioned. And there's also a facelift coming on this car. Now, unlike some of the renders we've seen, it's not going to be a square headlight facelift. It's going to be round headlights. We'll probably see LED headlights now coming in, because one of the biggest complaints about the Thar was the fact that the headlights were absolute shit. So you're going to see that. You're going to see maybe an updated grille design, because I think it's getting a little bit old now. It's a few years down the line that the Thar has been around, 2020, so 4 years already. I think there's perfect time for a facelift, and that facelift on the 5-door will also go on the 3-door eventually. We're still going to have the big 18-inch wheels as standard on the higher variants. I believe 16-inch wheels on the lower variants. The steel wheels will also be an option, but the 18s will have a new design as well. Actually, I have seen that new wheel, and I can tell you that it looks even nicer than what the current wheel looks like. It's still a 5-spoke design from what we've seen, at least so far, but it is a very, very cool looking wheel, very chunky looking wheel, very nice, again, flatter looking wheel, which looks better with the larger slab-sided car that the 5-door will be. Okay, let's talk about interiors now. One of the complaints that some people have had is the fact that the Thar now feels slightly older in terms of interior. Some of the screen stuff slightly smaller, maybe the clusters looking slightly older, the quality of some of the bits aren't really great. Mahindra is doing an upgrade on that as well. Expect a larger screen, expect a bit more tech, and expect ADAS. That's a big addition to the car. Also expect a sunroof. That's something that they've been fighting about internally. Some people did not want one, some people wanted one. I believe they've gone ahead and given the car, at least in the top spec versions, a nice big size sunroof as well. So again, as I mentioned, it is going to be a more of a lifestyle oriented vehicle for somebody who doesn't really want the appeal of a Scorpio or the sort of target audience that goes along with the Scorpio, the goonish design. This is going to work actually really, really well. I might buy one as well, because my family might actually approve of this one this time. They don't approve of the 3-door child seat. So okay, so you're going to have upgrades on the exterior, upgrades on the interior. You're going to have ADAS as standard on the top spec versions, and we know that Mahindra has actually got the ADAS spot on, because the one in the XUV 700 works really, really well in Indian driving conditions. So that's something definitely to look forward to. Also, considering the fact that this is the Scorpio platform, it will be crash tested. It will be a 5-star rated car straight from the get-go, and expect Mahindra to actually talk about that NCAP rating, as they usually do with new launches as well. So as a family car, which a lot of people are going to use this as, with a sort of hint and dash of cool added to it, which it is, this is going to be a very safe product for you and your family. Let's talk about engines. The normal Thar, the standard Thar 3-door, and the Scorpio essentially shares the same engines, but at a very different power band. 130 horsepower versus 170 for the diesel, and I believe 150 and 200 for the petrol. I think the Thar 5-door will either be the Scorpio's engine and performance, like the fully tuned up version of that diesel and petrol, the 2-liter petrol turbo and the 2.2 CRDE, or they might do like an in-between range, sort of differentiate the normal 3-door, the 5-door, and the big Scorpio, of course, one of their flagship products and flagship offerings. It's still going to be rear-wheel drive. It's still going to have a 4-wheel drive, nice clunky lever to put it in. I don't think they're going to go with an electronic knob like the Scorpio has. I don't think they should. I think they should still have that nice lever, just to have that nostalgia in the Thar. But there is going to be a rear-wheel drive version as well. That's what we're hearing straight from the get-go, just to push those sales. That said, I don't really know how many cars they'll actually be able to make, because this is going to be probably the hottest car of the year. Let's be very honest. The Swift and this are in the running for the big Indian Car of the Year awards as well. And this is going to be one of the biggest cars of the year. Expect really, really long waiting periods as well. Okay, so let me recap all the information on the 5-door Thar that I've already told you in the video, right? I think it's going to start at about 1230, 1250 ex-showroom, and I think it's going to end at about 1950 or 20 lakhs ex-showroom for the top spec versions. It's going to have more power than the standard 3-door Thar, maybe as much power as the Scorpio, maybe a little bit less, just to differentiate it. It's definitely going to have a slightly different look up front, a facelifted look up front. It's going to be a unibody construction car. It's probably not going to be a soft top. There will be a sunroof. It's going to have a two-tone design that looks like the additional hardtop, but it's not going to be a separate hardtop piece. It's going to be one single body for just general structural rigidity, and it is going to come to us. We're going to see it on the 15th of August 2024. So if you have any more queries about the 5-door Thar, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. As always, I read every single comment that you guys post, even the nasty ones, and I will reply to every single comment that I can, either from the official PD account or I'll reply myself. So if you have some genuine questions, leave them down below, and we will get back to you very, very soon. That said, I am really, really excited about the 5-door Thar. I've always been excited about the Thar in general because, of course, me and my family's history of the car. But it is something that I'm definitely looking forward to, because it might actually be a car I actually go and buy. like many of you will. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, see you in the comments.